sure how I can follow gene mutation or like electric cars or like the mixer thing, but I'm gonna try. So for those of you who don't know, I'm Britny Rominger, and I'm currently a student here for Forsyth Tech. I graduated in May with my associates in cybercrime technology, and over the summer I was actually awarded a full ride scholarship from the NSF as a CyberCorp's Cyber Scholar. So right now I'm just working on Gen Eds, and then in the fall I'll be transferring to UNC Charlotte. So enough about that. Let's get to the real reason we're here. The title of the project is called Artificial Intelligence Protecting Our Nation. And as he mentioned, we presented this in Phoenix and won honorable mention. So pretty cool stuff. We'll go back to the 40s and 50s, and there was like this huge race to create atomic weapons, and it was like nuclear warfare. And so now we're kind of on this race for autonomous systems and artificial intelligence, and that's kind of where we're moving towards. So it's estimated that the government spent about $1.1 billion on, quote, unclassified research. But honestly, the money doesn't really seem to be the biggest problem or concern, really. In 2014, Stephen Hawking said, the development of full artificial intelligence could spell the end of the human race, which is pretty serious. So, I mean, how much do you really value, your ethics or your privacy or your security? And that's kind of the concerns. All right, so raise your hand if you've ever been scared of some change. If you haven't raised your hand, you are not being honest with yourself, because the truth is we're all a little scared to jump out of our comfort zones. But right now it's really our responsibility to understand these risks, prepare for them, and more so embrace them, because it's not going anywhere. So we need to start proactively thinking about laws and security plans and overcoming some myths. Like, if you've ever seen the movie I, Robot, these are just kind of things that I'm talking about. It is scary, but there's actually good things too. So, some people might see all these risks, like obviously the security concerns, which is what's interesting to me, but I see it more as job security. So, really the possibilities are quite endless. And some of you might be wondering, what autonomous systems really are. Well, they're everywhere, and some obvious places are like the self-driving cars and drones, but autonomous systems are actually being used to sort your mail and save lives with robotic surgeries and things that we haven't been able to do in the past. Drones are actually really interesting to me because of the easy accessibility. So if everybody can have one, then that means there's more risk because they're not that hard to make, and you can actually make your own drone for less than $100. You get a $30 drone, put a GoPro on it, and then we have a whole handful of risk. So again, a lot of people are thinking about the negative terms of this as far as like the military warfare that's been happening with the drones. And then again, back to the circle of ethics and security and all the privacy concerns. Which, don't get me wrong, I'm interested too. Remember, I think job security. So definitely something to consider. But just like autonomous systems, drones are actually saving lives too. We're using these to do rescue missions. We're using these to determine what soil is better to plant on to save farmers money. So really, really cool things happening with this. So what does all this mean for our future? Well, it means we're going to have to work together. That's scary, right? So, but anyway, we're going to have some patience, some discipline, some ingenuity, and a whole lot of imagination.